Hi, everybody. This is What's Trending? Yeah. What's Trending right here on Prime Morning. My name is Esiodua Akomia. We are live on Prime Morning on Joy Prime, and I hope that you will get interactive with us on all our social media platforms. We do our very best to be reading your messages, okay? So you need not worry. Continue commenting on everything that we'll be doing on here. Now, let's get right into a very first trending story. If you do not know, I'm pretty sure that everybody who lives in the Ashanti region knows this, that today is the 1 week observation of the Asantehemaa, the second most important person in the Ashanti kingdom, and that is Nana Konadu Yadom III. And so my colleague, Nana Boache Yadom, who is a correspondent in the Ashanti region, is there at the moment to give us some updates in relation to what is going on at the Menshia Palace at the moment. And so let's go over to him. Nana, if you can hear me, over to you.
Yadom III. And you can see this is the entrance of the Menshia Palace. Everything in there is set. We just give you we paint a picture to you as to how the setup looks like inside the palace, but a clear picture from the entrance before we get into the palace itself. But this is the Menshia Palace on the streets of the palace, where we'll be having dignitaries pass through. You can see the heavy security, the military bus just got inside here. We have a lot of policemen who are also inside there. Tight security all over the Menshia Palace as everything is being put in place for the 1 week observation of the late Asantehemaa Nana Konadu Yadom. And when you get into the palace, you can see that a number of people are trooping in. Hundreds of people are expected to come in today to have a look at the 1 week observation. This is a little bit of history, but history in sadness. We have had the 14th so far. We know that we've had 14 Asantehemas, and this time around, the one who took over from her mother, Nanefia Kobisewampim, is being mourned today. A 1 week observation is what we are currently witnessing. And that's the signpost over there, hugely made here at the Menshia Palace. The Asantehemaa's portrait indicating the 1 week observation of Nana Konadu Yadom III. And when you come into the Menshia Palace, you can see that there are several setups that have been made. And some people are doing their own elsewhere. You can see that this is a different group of people that you see. They are supporters, probably other sympathizers who have also put up their own tents to mourn and chant in sorrow as we have the 1 week observation of the Asantehemaa. And also on my left, we have the main setup. Now, the main setup is at the Menshia Palace Jabrim, and the Jabrim is where the Asantehemaa would normally sit to have all of his engagements. But this time around, it is being set up for the 1 week observation of Nana Konadu Yadom, the 98-year-old Queen Mother, who was the 14th Asantehemaa of the Ashanti Kingdom. Her 1 week observation is what we are currently witnessing, and it's been a display of Ashanti culture here at the Menshia Palace, from the Enyum Kro to the people who are coming in clad in red, some of them also clad in black. And these are the people that we term as the Menshia Palace Numkro. And so this is how the Jabrim looks like, the setup here at the Menshia Palace. You can see some Queen Mothers are already seated. They are waiting for the event to start in itself. The event is going to start at exactly 12 p.m. At 12 p.m. we have the Asantehemaa Otuforse II expected to sit down at Jabrim. And when you see this white clay and white setup here, it is to indicate that it will be the sitting of the Asantehemaa Otuforse II. And When you take a look at the far end, that is where we have the dignitaries seated. The Vice President, Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, is expected to lead government delegation to come over and mourn with the Asantehemaa and then the Ashanti Kingdom at large. And so this is the actual setup here at Jabrim. The sitting of the Asantehemaa is made up here. The Asantehemaa will be surrounded by some paramount chiefs and also some members of the EOCO clan. We would also have the other entourage of the Asantehemaa join him in this particular setting. And so that's what you see here. The red carpet is made purposely for the Asantehemaa, Otumfuose to the second, and then on his far right, or my far right, is where you would have the setup or the sitting for the other dignitaries, ministers of state, members of parliament, the vice president, Professor Opoku-Agyeman, other government functionaries, other foreign dignitaries who will be coming in. That is where they will be having their sitting. Now, it is not so open for the general public, but then we know that some people will show interest in coming to observe the 1 week. And so there's a little bit of setup that has been made at the EOCO Park here. Very, very simple, very small, not accommodating a lot of people though. You can see the Mensia Palace Chief of Staff, who is also observing the current setup that has been made. And he is the one wearing the...
All right, so that's my colleague, Nana Boakye-Yadom, at the Mensia Palace for the 1 week observation of the Asantehemaa Nana Konadu-Yadom III. So preparations obviously are, happening. Preparations are happening at the Mensia Palace, and it's taking place, the 1 week is taking place between the hours of 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. And so, yes, definitely in between times, in the course of the day, we're going to be panning in and out for you to not miss out exactly on how everything will be going on in relation to the 1 week observation of the Asantehemaa. All right, and so Nana Boakye, thank you for that. Let's move away from this. Let's go to another very interesting and trending story. Shatta Wale is trending. He's been trending since yesterday. In fact, it seems that this year, maybe we'll give it to Shatta Wale because he has really trended this year. Now, some few weeks ago, there was an issue, something out of nowhere just erupted on social media where EOCO had seized one of Shatta Wale's cars, which is a yellow Lamborghini Urus. A lot of people were asking questions, oh, why, how come, all of that. I brought that story to you, didn't I? Well, yesterday, whilst we were just, everybody is going about their business, minding their business, and before we realized, we chanced on social media that Shatta Wale has been allegedly arrested by EOCO. And there were so many things being speculated online that, oh, he's been arrested for money laundering. He's been arrested for tax evasion. He's been arrested for so many things. But let's go on social media and let's take a look at Sammy Flex, who is the manager of Shatta Wale. So Sammy Flex put on his social media, there was a video which people were posting on social media, which had the vehicle of Sammy Flex in front of EOCO head office yesterday. So that was how it started. Oh, so if Sammy Flex's car is at the forecourt or is at the front yard of EOCO, then it means that it is true that Shatta Wale is in the grips of EOCO at the moment. Okay, so Sammy Flex took to his social media. If you can have that projected on screen so we can read exactly what Sammy Flex posted. This, by the way, is an interview he had with Zion Felix, where he was stating emphatically that Shatta Wale is not involved in any of the alleged crimes that people are disseminating on social media that he had been arrested by EOCO for. Let's just take a listen to him and then we'll go to his social media post.
And everything, Shatta Wale is not involved in any money laundering, just as some people are putting out. Those are lies, total falsehood. They are not true. Shatta Wale is not involved in any money interrogation and everything. They have agenda like anti-Shatta. So to them, anytime something comes around the name Shatta, you know they will come around to fool. Yeah, so some of them, we are not even worried about them. We know they will come around to fool, and that's exactly what most of them are doing. And we are okay. Yes, when the time comes for us to take charge of those people and run them the way we want to run them, I'm sure those who are around would also witness and see. But for now, what is important is that we put out the legit information, what is official, what is right, and that is all. So from beginning, let me make it brief, very, very brief, as much as I can. From the beginning, Shatta has been out there and he has been vocal about this whole EOCO yellow Lamborghini saga. And according to him, when he bought this car and he was using it as his thing, reports came from EOCO that the car was linked to one Adubuahin, who is the National Signals Bureau boss, former boss, who is also dealing with the law over issues of state funds and all those things. Of course, when it was linked to him, Shatta proved to EOCO that no, this car, I bought it. Papers are here with me and all that. So initial stages, that was what was done. Car was picked up, but after he
all right, so that was Sammy Flex trying to explain to everybody, the beginning of this whole issue. So if you paid close attention to what he was saying in the interview, he said that the truth, what the actual issue is, has to be said. It has to be put out there, right? Yeah, he did say that. So on his social media, this is what he posted. The management of dancehall artist Shatta Wale, Charles Ni Amamensa Jr., is issuing this statement following his detention by the Economic and Organized Crime Office today. So he's stating that, his detention, so it is true. Shatta Wale had been detained by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, abbreviated EOCO. It continues by saying, this follows an inquiry related to tax obligations on the purchase of the yellow Lamborghini vehicle. Mr. Mensah presented himself voluntarily at the EOCO offices this afternoon, along with his lawyer, Cephas Bio, to assist with investigations. We want to assure all fans and the general public that his legal team is fully engaged and actively working with the authorities to resolve this matter. They are taking all necessary steps to secure his release at the earliest opportunity. We urge the SM family and all well-wishers to remain calm and avoid any speculation. We have the utmost confidence in the judicial process. Management and his legal representatives will return to the EOCO offices tomorrow morning to continue these discussions. We will provide further updates as appropriate. So that is what Sammy Flex posted yesterday in relation to the detention of dancehall king Shatta Wale yesterday. And so like he did state over here that we will provide further updates and as appropriate, yes, we will definitely bring you any updates when we see them or when we get them. Okay, so let's just read a few comments. And these comments, yes. So let's just read a few comments in relation to this. So it says that you join SMP, you start the chat loosely and adding, Sammy, don't you have any brand to stand for? You don't have to create enemies for yourself because you work for Shatta. Stop talking loosely. And now this is the real you. Very shameful. Can't you just work and go home peacefully? Ghanaians, yeah, some more. Okay, so Precaution says, I've noticed that people don't like it when the system is working. What has JM got to do with the EOCO? Common sense isn't common indeed. You voted for NDC because of Shatta. How many are you? Okay, very interesting. Let's move on. Let's see if you have some more messages. Contribute to this on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is Joy Prime, and our WhatsApp number is 055-157-5757. What do you have to say in relation to the detention of Shatta Wale by EOCO? The truth, indeed, the actual issue, the actual problem, whatever it is going to be stated in due time. We are awaiting an official statement from EOCO, the office of EOCO, just as they did when Shatta Wale's Lamborghini Urus was seized. They brought out an official statement to validate what was being speculated on social media. So we are waiting that same would be done in relation to his detention and the reason that he's being detained as well. Anyway, so let's move away from this. Let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday in the evening at 9 p.m. was the episode 2 of the new relationship show on Joy Prime, and that is Let's Talk. So my guest, Reverend Dr. Ambassador Abiam Danso and Lady Reverend Euphemia Heavens, they were here and they shared so much. But one of the statements that Reverend Abiam Danso made is massively trending on social media. It's got a lot of people had so many things to say that we just want to bring that to you, where, he stated that when it comes to sexual intercourse, it is always the woman who initiates it. And I was quite confused. I did ask a very follow-up question in relation to that. Reverend Daniel is here, by the way, so I'm going to ask him if it is true or not. Anyway, so let's take a listen to what Reverend Abiam Danso said on Tuesday evening on Let's Talk.
Man, that approach, it is always a woman. And that's how God did it.
Please repeat what you said.
There has never been sexual intercourse that was, started by a man. It's always the woman. Yes. You see, a woman has been given a kind of gift to lure. Okay? The beauty of a woman. I see you are sitting here. The eye alone, you watching me, you all understand. The eye is a seed to her and all that. Oh, me share. I say, hey, I didn't wait here. What's here? But yeah, remember, you see, one thing that a lot of people have a problem, they don't see. Always they blame